Listen.
Yeah! Yes, dog! Get that out of there!
Hello, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Matty-Rants. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We are talking about Drag Race France All-Stars Ep.3. It is the Snatch Game, and I'm going to try my best to give my take on said episode, as I really did not know who anybody was. I kid you not. I'm going to tell you who I thought was funny. I want to tell you whose jokes landed, and then we'll go from there. So I may not be giving the best review of this in terms of what it is, but I did post my reaction to Patreon. You could definitely check it out over there. And I, of course, just wanted to see all of you on this good Saturday today and us talk about one of our favorite TV shows and, you know, have a good time. So if you chose me today and you're tuning in, thank you for being here. I most certainly do appreciate it. And if you are familiar with where you're at, oh, did I just lose the light? I did. Sorry, y'all. I got a little short going on in this thing right here. I'm trying to fix. It's like, what the hell is going on? If you've been here before, you already know this chaos is pretty much a part of the package deal that you get. You may have figured out, too, that I've had to sort of explain some things to people. I don't think people, people aren't simple. I do find a lot of people are very intelligent, but sometimes there are a few folks that need, a couple of Reese's Pieces put on the ground so they can find their way to their destination. A few people need the instruction manuals a bit more than others. And so we won't be calling these reviews or recaps anymore. No. Long-winded will be the new thing. Long-winded recap, long-winded review. Because me saying live review is not enough anymore. I guess you looking at the video itself and seeing the time frame isn't that, right? You know what I mean? And also, there could be just some people who know what's up and just like to pick and prod, and they enjoy hurting people. There are people who exist like that live to cause confusion, chaos, pain to other people. And we don't like them, but they need to do something. You know what I mean? So I want to stress and I want to make sure y'all understand. I will talk as long as I want to. I will talk as long as I want to. I will make as long as I want to. I will go off topic at times. I am just that person. I have ADHD like nobody else's business, and I am embracing it by continuing to show you the effects of ADHD when we are talking about TV shows. So we will talk about said program, but we may go off topic every now and then. We may sometimes dip and dive a little bit or go in on a subject with the show, but there will be no apologies about how I do my program, because this is what I love to do. And if it's not for you, it is not, but I don't care how you feel about how long-winded these are. Okay? All right. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. We're gonna have a good time today. Listen, I am also not at my goal yet. And we are on this, almost the last day until, is about to be D-Day, if you will. So if anybody can throw any sort of love into my jar today, it would be more than appreciated. It'd be more than thankful. As you already know, I do have a lot set up coming up Monday with a new interview with this job I applied for. I'm very hyped about that. That's why I'm trying to keep my hair clean right now. I'm actually going to give myself an edge up after this, no shade. And also the other one I applied for too. So keep me in your prayers there. We are close to the finish line and getting some extra work going on here, as well as doing YouTube. I was talking to C Diggy about this morning. And it's like, yeah, we all got to do sometimes a little extra. At the one point it was perfect. Everything was set up. You were good to go. And now it's like, well, the economy's changed. The YouTube's changed. The system's changed. A lot has changed. with this. So it's like you got to sort of go with the punches, and I'm doing that right now. So, I want to thank y'all for, tuning in and giving me these views. I also want to thank you because I saw the views for Project Runway. I'm in shock. I was in shock. I am in shock. I was in shock. I was like, whoa, they tuned in for the Project Runway reviews. We got a little troll in there, little ugly little thing that came up in there. He talks too much. It literally says long-winded review. Get it together, Chunky. But like, the video's doing pretty well, and that makes me very happy. And of course, I love watching Project Runway. I've been a fan of the show for many seasons, so I'm really happy that there are people who are receiving a show I'm talking about, and it's not Drag Race related. Like, y'all do not show up for these international seasons. I'm just gonna be real with you, and I'm not chastising you. It's just I'm doing these out of a labor of love, especially for my folks that are in France that want to watch me have, give my opinion. And I also have been watching Drag Race France for a good amount of time. So like, I want to be able to give my take on it and this and the other, but I appreciate beyond everything those views for Project Runway, because I am going to have a great time watching the season. I will be covering it. It will be a part of the Sunday panel show where we break down like the episode real quick. We do a quick little recap. And then we talk about the looks and all that, and give our takes on the social dynamics that are happening on the show. But yeah, it's a good season so far. Thank you for those of you who did watch it. I covered the first 2 episodes. And right now, let me take a look here. Because I woke up this morning, I swear to God, I posted it and was like, I posted it and I said, if it don't make not one view, if not a lick of anything happens with it, I'm going to be okay, because I wanted to talk about the show. I wanted to talk about it, and we're just going to see what happens. So right now, well, what's crazy, Emreka, is based on the analytics, because I'm in my YouTube studio. It's actually at 4.9 thousand views. So the 4.5 is what y'all can see, but on my back end, I see it at 4.9. And I was like, okay, I was like, oh my gosh. So it really made me happy, because I love covering multiple shows. It reminded me of when I did Pose and Legendary, those days where it wasn't in that world and universe, but it's something that we all share, and I'm appreciative of y'all. So Fridays, check me out. We will be covering it in the afternoon, sometimes later in the evening, just depending on people's schedules. Bleeker will also be joining me for some of those reviews, because Bleeker is currently, for those of you who don't know, Bleeker is in the fashion industry right now and working specifically, which I can't give too much away because that's my friend, but they're going to be joining me to also give their takes, because they're watching too. And they can help me with some of the references to, say, some designers I may not know about. I know some of the big ones, you know what I mean? I know like the Muglers, Jean Paul Gaultier's and all that kind of stuff. But Bleak's got like their mind and their thumb right now on the dial with the fashion industry currently. So I'm really excited to bring them in for some of those reviews, so they can give their takes on the clothes, design, styling, and everything else that comes with it, because styling is a huge part of it. So yes. But today we are talking about, just to go ahead and pull it up here, Drag Race France All-Stars. Why does it look like that? Okay, work. I was like, why was it looking like that at first? We're going to talk about this today. I don't know who they were. I'm going to be real with you, because I was watching the Snatch Game and with the subtitles, and I almost thought to myself, should I watch this dubbed? Because there would almost be an overlay of subtitles for me when I was watching. And if you go look back at my Patreon video that I posted today, that was happening throughout the entire video while they were doing the Snatch Game. It's like Nikki's talking, they're also talking at the same time. People started talking over each other. And so the subtitles got to a point where they're just overlaid. And then they also have what's happening in the actual background at the same time. So I was over there confused. Girl, I was like this. I was like, okay, I know that's the king. That's Alexander. Okay. I see who Punani is. That makes sense. I was like, okay, Misty Phoenix is a some sort of entertainer for children's program. That makes sense. And it was just like that. The Eiffel Tower. I was like, okay. It was a little tough, but I will tell you how I felt. I rather watch the sub Happiness only because I'd rather hear it in its original language, where you can hear like someone's excitement more, and you can also feed into the emotions behind the individual. The dub is AI, unfortunately, and it is not. They sound ridiculous. There is no energy, there's no attitude behind the words. If there's someone is exclaiming something, then it comes off loud, but it's not an inflection in the tone. And that's the problem I have with the dub. It's like I want to watch the dub, but I can't because it's like, okay, that's the joke, but we can't hear how they actually said it because there's no inflection, there's no tone, there's no texture, if you will. So yeah, I can't do the dub. I'm unfortunate on that. I think they should hire, well, I know that costs money, but I do believe voice actors deserve work. And I think that it's time that Hollywood and other places have a conversation about these AI voice mismatching bullshit. And you need to get back to people who work in this field that would be able to not only translate, but actually give a voice for that person where it would make sense. And I think it's crazy that you're trying to cut the dollar that's actually cutting the earth up. Because, they say it's destroying. Anywho, I'm just saying. So, for me, it's a little difficult to respect that kind of dub because it feels lazy. It feels very lazy, and it feels like a slap to the audience where we're trying to watch the show. And yes, we want to understand, but you putting up some shit that don't make no sense. Anywho, thank y'all for I almost said cooming. What is that? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate every single one of you for being here today and being a part of this program. Do me a favor and hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. If you want to find any of my social medias, they are available in the About section of this channel. There's a Linktree link that'll take you where you need to go, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, or all the rest of it. Take yourself on over there to the Linktree link in the About section after this video. I also do reactions on Patreon. Those reactions are available for at least $1 a month. I'm done doing that voice. $1 a month. You can catch my reactions. I've already posted this episode on there, as well as every episode so far for the Project Runway. I got Drag Race Brazil up there. We've got a bunch of other shows. I got to catch up with King of Drag. There is still so much more to do, so I'm excited for it. And get ready, because here I come. Bookable Cameo. I got merch available at dragqueenmerch.com. I'm also an affiliate partner with Paramount Plus. So if you did want to get a free week of Paramount Plus on me, plus that Showtime, I'm telling you, go ahead and click that link and it'll take you where you need to go. Also, as a reminder, because I never mean to be disrespectful, I know people can receive me that way, but I'm telling you what it is. You don't want to take it. That's your problem, not mine, because this disclaimer is for you. This program is for entertainment purposes only, and content is not intended to malign any religion, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by myself are just my personal opinions and do not reflect the opinions of every human being on the planet. Do not send hate to any of the shows or individuals I mentioned on this program. Do not be rude. Grab your libations and strap in a little bit of a talker. You may be here for a while. Don't post any spoilers in the chat. And if you feel uncomfortable about reviewing this program, consume some Matty-Rants. That's a merch shirt. And have yourself a good poot. Now, for those of you who know, just like I had said before, I'm literally so close to my goal. I was really trying to take care of it today, but if I have to wait till tomorrow, I will do whatever I can to make sure I keep my place as well as my lights on while I'm trying to get a secondary job, which in reality, the difference in between is really, it's kind of annoying because it's like, if only my videos were doing a little bit better, I wouldn't have to. But at the same time, I also wanted to do more anyways, because I'm kind of ready to jump back into another scene, if you will. I don't like being at home all the time. I'm going to be honest with you. It's getting tiring. So, I'm in this process. All the help is really appreciated and everything. I'm currently a little bit under my goal. I'm under by 160 right now, which I feel it's doable. And then after that, we should be good to go. I'm putting my money on these interviews this month. It's like school starting too, so I feel like I'm about to get the glow. You know what I mean? It's coming. I'm putting it out there, and I'm trying. And we're keeping this energy too, because that last post I did, where I was telling y'all how transparent I was, that was the last day I made a decision to start really smiling more and stop being frustrated and sad, and just being like, you know what? Let's go, baby. Let's go. So if you do want to throw a little bit of love in my jar, it would go a long way right now, especially for me within 48 hours. It's PayPal.me for Snatch MattyRants, Cash App $Matt924, as well as $Matty-Rants for Cash App, and then Venmo MattyRants. Again, I'm almost there. And I can breathe again. But I want to give it some love because I did get some tips prior to this video too. Well, actually one during this video and one prior to it. But to Joy, thank you, baby, on my PayPal. I appreciate you. A little hang in there tip. I needed that to hang in there. Thank you, Joy. I was like, it was another Joy. I'm like, but Joy from huh? Thank you, Joy. I appreciate you. And also Shauna, thank you, my baby. I see you on my Cash App. Oh, I got a burp. Hold on. Mute. Sorry, y'all. I had the wings I had yesterday. Oh my goodness. Shout out to somebody here. I actually got a chance to watch 2 movies I haven't seen yesterday because of them. So thank you for that. Both of them I wanted to see, which was Bring Her Back and Final Destination Bloodlines. And then I also got to play Mario Kart World in depth this time. I didn't have to play it for some random 5 minutes at some club because they were doing an event, but I got to actually play it so online in knockout mode. I really want to switch too. That's another reason why I'm trying. Let me get another JOB, babe, because I'm a Libra. I like nice stuff. So, but no, my evening, just to let everybody know, was a really good one. I was really happy. It was a great night. So I was thankful. I was very thankful. I actually prayed when I got home. I was like, God, thank you, because I asked for a wonderful night and you delivered, and it was great. So yeah, but shout out to the Wingstop, that place that we also got the food from. It was shockingly good. I get nervous when people serve wings on the menu and they're light skinned. I need that wing to look like it's been in the grease for a minute, or it's doused and stuff. I don't like light skinned wings. I do not. You should have seen it. It was a lemon pepper, but it was not stepping. But then you ate it. It was like, oh, okay. Looks are deceiving, but it was light skinned. I was nervous. I'm like, is this cooked? It was. It was good. Fried okra was a little soggy though, and you need a crispy fried okra. But yes, last night was wonderful. Tonight, we don't know what's going to happen. I'll probably be home with my babies. But I was happy to see Bring Her Back and Final Destination. I did not like Final Destination at all. I was laughing and annoyed, and I was finding every mistake. I was just finding everything. I was like, they messed up there, they messed up here, they messed up here. That doesn't make any sense. This is that. Why didn't they do this? I was annoyed with that whole movie. Some of the kill scenes were cool, though. I will give them that. But the CGI was a little too rampant for me. And there was a lot of... I'm just not interested in that kind of movie anymore where everybody's an idiot. Bring Her Back, though, that was my jam. That was my kind of horror movie. I need the psychological. I need the those that deal with more than just jump scares. Give me the pain. Give me the grief. Give me emotional, distraught trauma and healing. Oh, it was everything. I will say it's extremely graphic, so be careful when you're watching it. And also, if you have some issues with losing people in your life and dealing with grief, I would definitely take a step before you go see the movie, because there was one particular scene that hit me hard as someone who's lost family members and this, that, and the other, that is a little tough to take. But yes, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I'd recommend it. Not Final Destination. I can suck a left rock over that. I couldn't stand that movie. That movie was bad, girl. Bad. It's terrible. I was like, this is for the people who don't like horror movies but say they like horror movies. That's how I view the Final Destination crowd. Like, the first 3 Final Destinations were great, but after that, no, I shouldn't even say the first. I should say the first 2, but they're just not for me. It's like basically the Fast and Furious of horror movies for me. Trash. Okay, I'm done. I did the off-topic stuff early. Now we're going to be on topic. Here we go. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in again. If you could drop a little love in my jar, it would really go a long, long way. And I appreciate y'all for being here. So with Drag Race France All-Stars, I'm having a great time. This is a great show. Snatch Game is a little tough for me because I don't know all the references to the French stars that they are, portraying, but I can still receive a joke or two. I will say, Peach, there was one joke they said that had me gagged about protecting children and swallowing instead or something like that. I was like, oh my God, as a super nanny out there, I thought was crazy. But when it comes to the loss of Magnetica, while sad, it was a unanimous decision from both Ellipse and Cam. And this was honestly a beautiful moment of seeing, Soa receive that love, if you will, from their season 1 sisters and them locking in and staying close together. I mean, this episode coming up is going to also challenge that we're talking about, but it was beautiful. And I was here for that. I love friendships where it's genuine. And, when you also have found someone through a work environment that you can also relate to outside of said environment, is a special kind of relationship. But Magnetica, you are a talented queen. I wish you the best. I was ready to move on to the next episode, right? So cock-a-doodle-doo, we move up into the next room, and we are told that they're going to be doing Snatch Game. There is no mini challenge, so no one has to compete for nothing. No one has to compete for nothing. This is absolutely true, because there's no prizes for the mini challenge. It's just some random toothpick or whatever. But they need to do Snatch Game. It's called Golden Snatch Game, which they're going to be doing family style, which gives me very Family Feud tease for Snatch Game, is how I'm looking at it as an American. But also at the end of Snatch Game, they had to do some We Are the World song. For those of you who may be very, very young, who have never seen anything from the 80s outside of recreations of what you think is from the 80s, from the nostalgia factors of Stranger Things and so forth, back in the day when things that happened that were serious and the world needed to come together, somehow, some sort of way, celebrities and singers would do sort of like charity drives and do songs for charity. And that song and whatever music money is made from said song would then go to the charity that would apply to, say, for aid or relief in certain situations. So they did that with this episode after Snatch Game. I think this may be my least favorite episode so far this season. I'm excited for the next episode to cover it, and I'll be doing it during the week versus Saturday coming up. But I for sure had a hard time with this one, y'all. No shade. All my love to Drag Race France All-Stars. But baby, the way that we were in that workroom for a blip of time and had like a brief emotional moment of, what are we going to do? This is what you got to do for Snatch Game, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We get to Snatch Game, and it went on forever. It went on forever. I'm not going to lie. At one point, I was like, okay, what's going on here? What's happening? Like, what are we doing? The song part killed me even more. I was like, baby, this is a a lot. This is a lot to take in. This might not be a long-winded review. Let me start from left to right when it comes to who was what, and I'll tell you who I don't know who Moon was. I don't know who Cam was. I don't know who Big Bertha was. Ellipse, so with the Muse, Misty Phoenix. I knew who Mommy Watcher was, which was the Eiffel Tower. I knew who Punani was. I was like King Alexander. I'm assuming Alexander. I was like, it's one of them. I said, okay. And then Peach was like a super nanny. So I just put my mind to the super nanny show. So I was like, okay, I can drive in there. Everybody else though, I was like, all right, Matt, let's just pay attention to the jokes. That was where I was like, I don't need to know who the person is. Let me pay attention to the jokes. Do you know who again, didn't know these people, but who did a great job, even though I didn't know who they were portraying? Big Bertha. I thought Big Bertha did a great job. She was also really trying to help Soa a lot. She was. They were throwing a whole bunch of bones to my sister Soa. But I thought Big Bertha did a great job, personally. I thought Punani was funny, too. They hit every joke right. I love the teeth bit. When they showed the teeth, that's why they call me the North Sun or something like that. I was like, okay, that shit was funny. I thought Punani and Big Bertha ate, if you will. Based off of judging, I always find it weird because Nikki seems to laugh way more than, say, RuPaul does at even the bad jokes. So I was confused at who would be in the bottom here because I thought they were laughing at Cam's jokes and I thought they were laughing at Soa sometimes. There were a few moments where I'm saying to myself, like, how do I know if we like this or not? I don't know. Moon was crazy. That voice that they were doing, and I was like, what is this? But she was kind of funny. So their runway was what was really the ultimate everything. And then, I mean, that runway was wow. And the story behind it too, especially after what Moon talked about in the workroom. I was like, oh my God, Moon. And Mommy Watts says the Eiffel Tower did fail. There were a couple of little hee-hees, but it didn't land as hard. Versus I thought Peach as the nanny, highs and lows. Like there were a couple of jokes I actually cracked up on with Peach. Some I said, okay, she's still talking. She got to like, it's not funny. Stop trying to make it funny. It's not working. We're going to have to pivot. It was a little bad. Ellipse was okay. I thought they were fun. I thought it was funny every time that they sort of, whoever they were being, I was like, who is this? They talk about something and then go, yeah, that to me was hilarious. I'm sorry. I thought that was hilarious, but so at least they gave you the sound effects for the person who you were being, because apparently he's giving game show tease and how he answers stuff, and that wig was not on all the way, and it was distracting as fuck. I'm talking about that motherfucker was flipped up, baby. I was like, what is happening here? So I knew So was going to be in trouble. I was just waiting to see who from the rest of everybody else was going to join them in this process. Misty Phoenix was great. Misty was so good. And I was shocked to say the least because I didn't expect that from Miss. But when I tell you she picked the right character, it feels like a children's TV show star, very children's television. And it's the way that she'd answer the question or go into this character, but then turn around and go, and that's right, kids. I was like, okay. I loved it. The energy was there. She stayed in character. She answered every question. She was playing back with everybody. I was proud of Misty, to be honest with you. I was like, okay, Miss, I don't even know who you are, but this is what Snatch Game is. Like, especially with like US seasons. A lot of these young people don't know the actors or the reality TV stars or whoever they're portraying, but it's depending on the person who's playing them. That's going to translate well for all of us, and then we can receive what's going on. So Misty ate, in my personal opinion. Misty chewed. I thought Punani was good too, but I'll be fair, or maybe not. I thought like Big Bertha was gonna win this one. I would be in the top two. I thought Bertha did a really good job. The pate part, the oh my gosh, the pate bit. I thought that was great. I was shocked. Maybe the runway had something to do with it. I didn't care for that last reveal. The first one, I was like, you just leave it there. It was actually pretty good. But yeah, Snatch Game was a little bit interesting. It went on for a little while, but what made it long-winded for me, where I was sort of taken out of it, is when we got, hold on. Oh, so that wig was so funny to me. And also this nose on Misty was wild. This nose on Misty was wild. It was wild. Wild. No, I don't know. I was here for the birth. Birth had me. I also was kind of gagged because I was like, where is her beard? What is going on here? What's happening? Is it painted over? Did she put a prosthetic over her jaw? I think that's a prosthetic or something. Because I was like, wait. Oh, it has to be. It has to be. Because I was like, where is her beard? What's going on today? I thought it was a gag, to be honest with you. So I was here for it. I was. But yeah, Snatch Game was a little wild. It wasn't my favorite. The guest judges didn't add anything for me, but again, it's probably me as an American just not receiving the French fantasy of whatever was going on. But Mommy Watson was the Eiffel Tower, and I love Mommy, but I was like, this isn't working. It's not working. Oh, this part went on forever, didn't it? Just like one of my videos. This part went on forever. Ever? Oh, it did. I was like, please, God, end this. I know it's all fun and games. Well, not games, but, because there's money on the line. Shit. I know it's all fun and stuff like that, but baby, I just said, did we need... Oh my God. I don't agree with that Mexican, so I can't explain that to you because I didn't find this well or good, and I actually liked some of the Snatch Games that we had. The panel may be better able to answer that, but they also don't watch international seasons. Maybe Jamar can answer that one, so I can't receive, if you will. I say it's across the board now for everybody. It's just not giving as much. But I also think to myself that when they cast the girls or they put the particular team together on who they want to be on said show and represent, that unfortunately not everybody is really ready for Snatch Game. Like, they do have someone they can impersonate, but as far as the volleying back and forth with good jokes and staying in character, it's few and far in between lately. And also, I think because we know certain people who have been on the show who have done so well at Snatch Game, we have raised a bar and we've placed that bar for everybody. And it's hard when we do that. It's nothing wrong with us having said bar, because I say we should have our taste in what we like and don't like now. Like, I'm not knocking that, but I do think that some of the girls who have gone before the others have definitely set a precedence, if you will, of like, okay, bitch, if you're not giving this, we don't want it. And it's hard, So that's me just trying to be just a tad bit fair to that situation. But yeah, it's they try. But no, this was, I like the idea of what they wanted to do and it being a bit different. That's perfectly fine. But to me, Snatch Game is about just who you're going to portray yourself as in this character. And are you ready for improv? And are you ready to volley back and forth? And if you can't do it, but it's not meant to be sort of a boring show. they're really trying, and Snatch Game can be fun, and celebrity impersonation is a part of drag. So I think when people say they should get rid of it, that's kind of bullshit, because that's a part of the drag scene, is celebrity impersonations. Why get rid of that? And no, we don't need it to be changed into some long concert where everyone does what they did for that certain All-Stars. That's not needed. But I don't know. I like Snatch Game. I can tell, yes, there is some frustrations from the fans. And I also can receive that, yes, it's harder going forward when we've had so much good drag that we've seen that has done Snatch Game. I'm sorry, I feel like I've gone really long with that point of view, but I wanted to explain that because I felt like the initial statement wasn't correct, or at least was maybe it came off as disrespectful. So my apologies for over explaining that, but I felt like it was necessary. Now, after Snatch Game and We Are the World and whatever the hell that was, they come back into the workroom here. And, normally around this time, and I will say this is Drag Race France's thing to do, is they go into the emotional moment. I'm not saying this is fake, but normally around this time, we're having deep conversations. What Moon was talking about in reference to finding love and the relationship that they started and all this, that, and the other. I think in my reaction, I got emotional when I was watching this, because I received what Moon is saying, especially within our community when it comes to love and feeling that from another person. And, I've had someone tell me that I don't know what love is before, and that I probably would never find it, and sarcastically, facetiously, and more than likely was trying to curse me, said I would never get it. And it's been hard for me through my life, because I feel like that person really did put something on me, because all I have is love to give, and they want to block that. And I try so hard when it comes to this myself with finding somebody. I'm having trouble just getting the words together, because I've always wanted to spend my life with someone, and you got to work on yourself too, right? But just listening to them, yeah, they used to be on this channel, to be honest with you, but used to be. But for her, I was listening to her story, and I got so emotional, because I love Moon's energy is so infectious, and they are so genuine. And like they said on a previous episode, when it comes to Drag Race France, these conversations are necessary. These real moments where everyone's diving into their emotions, or more so just being honest about their feelings. People got to do that more often. It's also not necessary to project hate if you're mad at something. Some things do need to take a beat. You know what I mean? Some things do need to take a beat, take a second, take a pause, breathe. You don't have to express all that. But I needed Moon to have this conversation today, and I'm glad I received it. I did, but I wish them nothing but love and the best for them. I know that they want to have children, and being a trans woman for them it's not possible per se, but it's just, well, to give birth, but more so they can have children, But like, it's just, I was happy for this moment. It meant a lot to me that they shared this, so I was here for it. And then the runway on top of it, I was like, baby girl. Baby girl, baby girl, baby girl. I wonder if anybody can tell I've only had about 3 hours of sleep. I think y'all can tell. Oh. My apologies. I just realized how drained I sound right now. I really do. I was like, oh, Matthew, pull it up. Energy. Ow. I've had insomnia for this entire week, unfortunately. Yeah, I haven't not been able to sleep, so I'm sorry, y'all. Forgive me. It's been tough. Let's get into the guest judges and Nikki Doll and all that good stuff here today. We, of course, have Locke Pregnant, and Daphne Berkey on the cast here on the judges panel. But Camille Rosette, who was on Emily in Paris, I never watched that show. I heard it was good though. is one of the guest judges, and Noam Sinsui. I hope I'm saying this right. If I am saying it wrong, my apologies. I really do not mean any disrespect. I just don't want to spend too much time on it because I know I'm going to get attacked regardless. Is also an up-and-coming comedian, and they were honestly a good treat. I loved their energy with the show. It was really, really great. Loic Prigent. Okay. Prigent. I really do apologize for saying that wrong. I know that makes me look extremely uneducated and stupid right now, but I'll just be transparent and let that be, hey, I was not able to say it correctly, so my bad. But yeah, I was here for the judges panel. I thought Nikki Doll looked really good. I was here for it today. I did. I was like, okay, everybody looks good. Now, well, thank you, Enrico. I'm sorry. It's I'm just a bit like this today. Like my energy is like, because we're still trying to raise funds, but we're also trying to I'm trying to maintain my energy right now. James CL, thank you so much, babes. I appreciate you for the flowers on Cash App. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. Thank you. But yeah, I like this runway though. The runway was fantastic. Give me more inflatables. Give me the blow up. Give it to me. The runway was right where I needed it to be. Let's talk about Moon first, because this was fire. Let's talk about it. Moon came out in this gorgeous outfit. It gave me a witch tease, if you will. It gave me like ritualistic tease, almost pagan, if you will, with the antlers and this bridal outfit of being married out in the woods, very pagan. And I was kind of living for it, if you will. But what I thought was so cool about their look is that they were going to show themselves being pregnant. And that was the inflatable part. Like, you're looking at this wedding dress and you're like, okay, this is gorge. It is what it is. But she gets to the front of the stage. She starts to rub her belly. And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm over here like, this is heavy. Baby, this is heavy. No notes. None whatsoever. I thought this was fabulous. It was absolutely gorgeous. It was absolutely beautiful. The story behind it alone was just so immaculate. And her makeup was severe, baby girl. It was severe. But I thought this was not only a beautiful story, but like a beautiful just presentation for the category outside of what could be expected for something with inflatable. You got to incorporate something that inflates. You know what I mean? Like a blow up. It's like, yeah, this is so cool. I love it though. It was a pretty direct reference to Alexander McQueen look, and I love it. I love Alexander McQueen, but I can very much admit I'm not familiar with all of his work, so that's why I probably didn't initiate at the beginning of this. And I'm saying pagan, da-da-da-da-da. So I probably sounded a little bit off there, wild card. My bad. But I could appreciate it, and I loved it. I thought it was amazing. Really did. It was really impeccable. So shout out to Moon. It was wonderful. Oh. I love Sawa. I get that she was paying homage to a designer who works with stuff like this, that has worked with Daphne before, specifically to the Olympics. It's not ugly. It's really not. It's not. It's just, I wanted, I hate I'm saying, I really, pinch yourself, Matt. I don't like I'm saying this, but I got to be honest. I needed more because of the fact that it is an inflatable blow-up runway. I need drama, and it really wasn't. It was just cool. It was cool. But I wanted pow, wow, right now. And it just didn't give that. But God bless her. Because I love me some Soa. And Soa's energy is just, everything about them. That's an artist. I respect Soa Demuse. Down. I just was like, our Martinique sister. I said, still, she looked good. To me, it was okay, and I was like, yeah. If there was like a train or something that happened here outside of just this hard on the butt, maybe a little bit more. But I also think it needed something extra in the back too. Like her back needed to have something around it as well. Oh, put them down, Matty. Put them down. Y'all, my body's never looked like this. Please forgive me if I have moments of flexing and doing whatever. I have never had my body look like this in the entirety of the 38 years I've been on this earth, about to be 39 in 1 month from now. Oh my God, my birthday's next month. So yeah, forgive me if I have little flexing fits. I also don't look in the mirror at myself often because I'm not one of those people. But yeah, so it was so... Loved it. Misty doing Popeye and Jean Paul Gaultier. Yes. Yeah. Eat spinach, arms blow up. Yes. I was like, yeah, that was a very good idea. Smart to do. I would have wanted to do something like that as well. Actually, I would have wanted to do what Cam did. I can't wait to get to that look. Oh, I screamed. I loved it. But no, this is great. I loved it. It was very cool. I wish she did have one thing I will say I wanted from her to go a little step further is that there was spinach coming out the can. Like it looked like she was holding a can and pretending to chew it. I kind of wanted it to give us the illusion, even if it's like a little stuffed piece of lettuce. That sounds so stupid, but I'm being real here. Or some tissue paper to give the idea that there's some spinach coming out the can. Because one thing about Popeye is that he can't access the spinach without breaking it, right? So he's always in those situations with Bluto's messing with him, and he has to either use his smoking pipe to open it up. He's got to get creative with his big old chin. I kind of wanted that. Just a smidgen of that little spinach. Other than that, it was perfect for me, and I did like the presentation of this look. I did. I thought it was very cool. The glittered pipe is excellent. The arms being deflated until you eat is really cool. I did. I thought it was very dope, but I just wanted that a little bit of extra. Now, La Big Bertha. Sister, you look good here. To be fair, I didn't need Bertha to take off this outfit. I did not need to take off this outfit. Jabulani, how are you doing, my friend? I remember you had moved out the country in time. How are you doing, my friend? I hope all my love to you. I hope you're feeling blessed and not stressed. God bless you. Oh, we got some tippy poos in. Thank you, y'all. I'm getting close. I said 160 at the beginning of this video, and I am at 1, 2. I'm now 105 away from my goal, so we're close. Thank y'all so much. But shout out to Jonathan. Love that. Thank you, baby, for the Venmo. And to Deborah. Thank you, baby, for long-winded recaps and good luck. You have my mommy's name, so I always am going to give you extra love, Deborah. So thank you. But yes, back to La Big Bertha, and thank y'all for that. I appreciate it sincerely. Yeah, but I was free now. Shut the fuck up. I'm weak. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm unable. It's a reference to her season 1 look, which I thought was really cool. But I thought this was gorgeous. Like, I love love when she took off the coat, the first like overlay, and she gave us this really beautiful dress. She's wearing these heels that are leopard that do not go with this at all, but they're heels. So I appreciate Big Bertha for doing something different, because the shoes she wore the last time with this outfit on season 1 were a chop. The shoes now don't really go, but it's a pump, so we're gonna give her grace. I thought this flower opening up in the back was really cool. Now I'm gonna tell you where she lost me. Right here. I didn't like this. Under it, I liked what we got here. I lived for all of this. This didn't touch down as hard for me, but I still thought it was cool. Like I was like, okay, but I rather she had kept the other one on. I know it wouldn't have made sense for the idea, especially with the leopard shoe. Like I get what Bertha was doing. I still give her ones. I still got to give her her ones. She for me, I was like, I like this. I was proud of Bertha. I did. Ellipse, one of my favorites ever, period, in time. Thank you for doing something in reference to the ocean. Thank you for doing something that ties to it. I've always been an advocate of saving our oceans and protecting our planet, especially our ocean life, seeing as the ocean covers the majority of this planet and our coral reefs are dying. I'm getting emotional just talking about it. I watch a lot of documentaries, okay? And I've always been interested in nature and, keeping wildlife safe and preserving things. And we are losing a lot of our ocean's beauty and the things that we had. Those reefs are gone now. They've been wiped. White coral does not mean good. That is a bad sign. You know what I mean? It's meaning that there's death there and there's no living life, and it's sad. And there's also overpopulation. They have people dumping certain species in parts of rivers, lakes, and oceans and bodies of water that are invasive species that hurt, that kind of stuff. I really don't like that shit. So if you ever want to know, like, Matt, what is Matty average? That kind of stuff. I will be in the front lines for it, because I do believe that we need to protect this planet. It's beautiful. It's God-given planet that we have. Like, we need to take care of it. But I love when this inflated. Loved when this inflated. Like when it came down, I was like, I don't know. I was like, what are we about to do? It's time to make the music, but then it inflated. I was like, You don't like the Celicia Bob? Whenever I see that Bob wild card, I never think of Dora. I think of Celicia from Top Model. For those of you that's an obscure, well, not really, but if you're in the Top Model world, it's not an obscure reference. But if you watched America's Next Top Model for that Camp Tyra winner season, and they gave Celicia that Bob, baby, and it was like, wait, now hold on, oh, it's the Honey Girl chat. I'm gonna put a disclaimer up for that laugh that just came out. Yeah, that wasn't okay. That's not okay, Matthew. That wasn't okay. What was that? Actually, that is a laugh that I do, but it's one of the ones where I'm like this. Oh, there we go. James CO, thank you again. I appreciate you. You helped me make my goal today. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate you. And now I can focus on my interview on Monday. So thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you for the TV program. Thank you. Whew. Okay. All right, I can focus. We got this, Matt. All right. Lexi, oh my gosh, thank you so very much. Silent viewer, big supporter. Keep on keeping on. Thank you, Lexi. I appreciate you so very much too. Y'all are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh Lord, I gotta pray. Well, I always do, but once this video is over, I gotta monetize it and then get right to my knees. Okay. Thank y'all so very much. Back to the show. Okay, Matt, we can do this. We got it, Matthew. We got it, Matt. I can do it. But yeah, this was cool. I liked it. My arm's in the wrong direction. Here. Here we go. Wow. I didn't want you to be in the bottom this week, Mommy Water, just for this. How if you were in the bottom two in this outfit, I'd have fought on your behalf. This S&M, very retro-esque sort of play on whatever was, bitch, this was fire. Thank you, JMCL. Emreka, you let JMCL know, baby. JMCL a good one. We appreciate you sincerely. And trust me, and Jay, just so you know, like after every panel, and sometimes I've had conversations with other panel members, if they haven't had a chance to reach out and express it to you, I do want to let you know that all the time they'd be telling me like, Matt, I don't know who that is, but God bless them. Like sincerely, they're just beyond grateful. So just know that me and this channel and everybody a part of it does appreciate you, JMCL, as well as all of you who do watch. As Rant Pack members, I want y'all to know, like, as the group that we are, we're great, and we gonna do it, you know. So thank you. But yes, like, trust me, Dooley, Gabby, CD, all of them, they just be like, whoever that is, they're like, we just want nothing but the best for them. Like whatever they're doing, we need them to make it. That's very true conversation. Also, I do pray for y'all anyway, so that's just a part of my nightly routine. But back to Mommy Watsa. This is sickening. I'm glad she came out with the bicycle pump too. I'm sorry, this was puss. Like everything about this was right with the money for me. Oh, I thought this was sickening. It's sickening. This is sickening. It's sickening. Everything about this is right with that. Yeah. Heel, head to toe, top to bottom. Right. It's right. It's right. Oh, one of my favorite things I've seen on Drag Race France, and I even put it up there with the whole of Drag Race as a franchise. Like this choose, honey. This choose. It's very cool to look at. Like it's something you keep on, like you're like, I don't want to take my eyes off of it. It's so amazing. So shout out to the designer of that too. That was fucking impeccable what you did with Mommy Waters. Look, fucking impeccable work. Punani's I liked. Hold on, can I get this? It's not on the right track. Here we go. I like Punani's. I like poo-poos. The dress underneath, I was not enthralled with. I did not care for. It was okay for me. What I will say is the concept and idea around this, I love so much. And when the flowers bloomed, I was like, oh, I love that so very, very much. I wish it was a different dress. And I'm not, because I know she makes her dresses and no shade to her. She knows what she's doing. She got good style. It's not my favorite with the yellow. I was like, But when the flowers bloomed, I thought it added so much more to this. And it made me change my score from saying it's okay to being like, that was great. Loved it very much. I'm glad the flower part just did it for me. I love flowers. So I was, oh shit. Ah, what did I do? Okay, there we go. Yeah, see, this was pretty. The dress itself was like, but I thought it was pretty. It's pretty, pretty. It was hard coming after Mommy Watsa, I will say. As much as I want to say Mommy Watsa was my favorite this week, you know that's a lie. You know. You know. My goodness. You know. And the fact that she did Sailor Moon, that like, what was it, that edit that someone did of her in that S&M sort of esque look, the fact that Cam brought that to life, because for those of you who don't know what Cam did and what she is, she's Sailor Moon. However, she's someone's like their own design of her, if that makes any sense. I can't, oh, come on, Matt, there's a word for it. It's not reaching my brain right now. But you know how everybody, like artists, like do certain like hinderings and drawings of like different anime characters or cartoon characters, but in their own style. Someone did the same thing with this, but like they did a Sailor Moon who was like very dominatrixy. Rendition? I receive it. I feel like there's another word for that. It's not touching my tongue, and I can't think of it right now. I fucking lived. Fan art. Okay, there we go. I received rendition in a sense, but fan art is what I was looking for. Thank you. I don't know why I could not. I just don't know why I could not get that out. My apologies. Back to KL. Yeesh. Matthew, cut this part down before the interview. We need to cut this up. I need to shave this. I'm starting to see myself. Need to edge that down. Baby, you had me right here. Hold on. No, let me get to the shot. Usagi! Okay. There we go. The wig, the outfit, the mace. And then, because what you're not understanding is this is one wig and this is a whole nother wig. That's a headband with the balls on it and the hair going down. So she got a short wig on, very Malfoy, okay? Draco Malfoy tease wig, and then she got the little headband on for the balls and for the rest of it to make it look like a full unit. Sickening. It's sickening. I was like, oh my God, is it when clocking? That is a headband with that. I need to know who you bought. How much is that? Like when I have some more coin in my pocket, how much is that? I want it bad for cosplay reasons. I need it bad. The next time there's a Houston Comic Con, I'd love to go. As boy Usagi-chan. I need that bad. I need someone to make that. Like I was like, oh my God, so many ideas I just got from this. I thought it was crazy. The bra cups were a little bit off, no lie, because them titties was showing a little bit. But when she made that moon inflate, I was done. When the moon inflated, I was done. Because I thought to myself, what is the inflatable aspect? This is everything, but I really need to know what the inflatable aspect is. You know what, Sofa Dog? I definitely will be going to DreamCon next year. I will be bringing a lot of deodorant and Febreze. But I will be going to DreamCon next year. I gotta go because my friend wanted to go, but we were in Puerto Vallarta, and it was too close to everything, and no one could get their costumes ready. So I think next year, as a group, me and my friends are definitely going, and I really wanted to cosplay this time. I really want to do a character bad. Well, yes. But this was fabulous. I lived, I breathed. Cam, this was my everything. I love it so much. I love you're a Sailor Moon fan. Shout out to all of my pretty guardians. Okay. Shout out to all my magical girlies out there. Okay. I was like, this is amazing. Am I right in thinking that Peach is referencing a cartoon with a Viking? Right? Like when I saw this look, and I honestly think this is amazing. This is amazing to me. I thought it was really cool, and the blown up pant is ridiculous. But isn't this a cartoon? Obelisk. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Okay, let me look it up real quick so I can have my scream. Because I was doing the reaction, I was like, wait, this looks really familiar. Why do I know this? I will forever love you, Peach. Can we focus, camera? No, we can't. We can't. Okay, well, you get the idea. That's what Peach was doing. The fuck? Try to get it to focus. I'll just try to get. Is it focus over here? No. Okay. I was like, oh my God. I loved it personally. Yep. I loved it. All of the above. All of the above. All of it. Full bit in the back with their sidekick riding with them, everything. I thought this was so good. It's so camp in the best way. I think also Peach's makeup was really good too. I love this little wig. I like that they colored the beard too. Gave this like rosacea feel for the face. I did like all of this presentation. I did. I lived. I lived. Peach, you ate. You ate. Yeah, Vespi's face didn't like show all the way, but I think we still could like appreciate it because like, oh, okay, like yeah. You know, it just had a little mess up here and there. But yeah, that not the spit. You know when you talking. I was glad that Nikki Doll gave Moon some time. I hate that Moon didn't get to have any critiques per se. Like, are you in the top or the bottom? Because it was very Moon, step forward. Let me talk to you real quick. We really appreciate this. It was moving. It was emotional. Like the full bit. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm so thankful. You are safe. You can go to the back. I was like, well, yay. I was like, yay for my girl. But we could have been in the top. I'm sorry, just looking at this. My life. I don't even have to tell you. As a matter of fact, I can use this shot to tell you who the bottom two is. Because it's not Moon. It's Cam and Soa. They didn't like Cam's Snatch Game. Loved this outfit, but there were a couple things here and there, but it was really about the snatch. And then for Soa, it was kind of all of the above, where it was like, yay, but yes, but this could be, however, it just didn't work in their favor versus everybody else. There were some other critiques that others got to that were like, I don't know, but them in particular, yes. Ellipse was safe, has to be. Bitch, this bob, I'm sorry, I like the bob. I like this mushroom bob. I do. I love this makeup with it as well. I do. It's kind of puss. Mm-hmm. Bertha, you look damn good here. You really do. I don't know about that under shit that you had, but Bertha looked really good here. I don't like this dress. Look how short. I just don't like this dress. Okay. Either way. Mommy had a moment on stage because they didn't do well during the Snatch Game. I understand that, but I was also like, let's pull it together. I don't think they're gonna put you in the bottom, sister. You were literally in the top the first week. I just don't see that happening. The bottom two end up, like I said, being Soa Demuse and Cam, and it is emotional for both of them. Seeing Cam cry, I wasn't prepared for. Yeah, seeing Cam cry, I wasn't prepared for it. I'm getting goosebumps. You know when you can tell someone's like really is a friend, like real friends, and you can see that, and it translates on camera. I was emotional for both of them because they just saved Soa last week over the love, the sisterhood, season one, friends outside the show have worked together, have done so much together. They want to see each other win so bad. And then now they're both in the bottom together just after last week, Cam saving Soa. Well, it didn't say, well, it lip saved Soa actually, but still, it's the same. You know, if Cam won, that's what would have happened. Oh, this took me there because Missy Phoenix and Punani were in the top. I feel like Punani was in the top more so for Snatch Game than their Runway, and I think Missy Phoenix was like the clear, if I'm going to be real with you, winner for both Runway and Snatch Game performance. If we're not doing an All-Stars top two lip sync for the crown or whatever the case may be here, I thought it was Missy's week. If we're just going to do a solo W, and if you're going to talk about the bottom two, I don't know. I mean, Mommy's Snatch Game wasn't good, but their Runway was stellar. And I know there were some issues with Cam's look, but I would have been so biased as a Sailor Moon fan. I would not have wanted to put them in the bottom. I thought I thought Soa's outfit was, but I love Soa. This would have been tough for me because I like everybody. Ugh, I would have hated this episode. I would have hated to do this one. Hated it. Y'all, this lip sync. I love you down to both Misty and Poon. Poonani and Mist, I love you. Girl, Discoteca, Ascendant, Verge, and that's that. Girl, I was unable. I am unable. I won't. I'm not. This was the most French shit I've ever seen in my life, and that is not a read, and that is not shade. That is not a read, and that's not shade. This was the most French shit I have ever seen in my life, because when I tell you I couldn't, I just, what's going on? What are we doing? The song was wild. To me, I was like, okay, yeah, no. But then it was them performing it, and I'm like, Punani over here. Missy doing the same thing, but just like on 1.5 speed. There was a lot of walking. There was a lot of like internal dancing. It looked like they both were at the discoteca or the club, and like they were dancing by themselves in two different rooms. I kid you not. I was like, girl, what is fucking happening? It was weird. I hated it. I hated this lip sync. I was unable. I said, this is for them. This is for me. I was like, honey, this is for them. I was like, I couldn't see the first one. I could see the second lip sync. This for them. Misty won by default because low-key Punani gave Charlie Hides, if Charlie Hides had like, I don't know, a coffee that day or maybe some caffeine pills, or what's that thing that everyone takes now where they sniff it and it wakes them up? Like, this is Charlie then. She ain't gonna move still, bitch, but she's gonna be able to move a little bit better. She won't be in one just spot, but ooh, girl. I didn't like this. Taking was bad. Look, hold on. Soa, low key. That was the face I was making through the whole thing. I was like, girl, what is going on? What's happening? Misty wins the lip sync because there was no other choice. Love you, Punani, but I was like, baby, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. But the only one I feel is actually somewhat on beat, even when they're not on beat, is Misty. Misty wins. Congratulations. And Misty does send home Soa Demuse, which I was sad about. And I know Big Bertha that hit, especially for our season 1 girlies. That was a tough loss right there. But Soa is a class act. A class act. Do you understand me? Very much. I get it. It's okay. I understand. Come on, Cam. This wig is right, bitch. I understand. I'm not going to hold it against, it's all love. She left like a star. I love Soa Demuse. I do. I'm getting emotional because I was so sad they went home so early. I was like, no, that's my bitch. Best confessionals, just overall authentic, just insanely, just, you know how their energy is so infectious. You just want to be a part of whatever equation they're under. It's very that. I just feel like Soa was disposed of the season, in my opinion. I don't know. I felt like the edit just did a terrible job justifying she was bottom 2 twice. I mean, they were kind of gagged too, though, when it was like, oh my God, really? I didn't think the Snatch Game was horrible. I thought it was interesting. She was getting laughs, so I was confused. I didn't know if it was like y'all are basing this on the runway alone. Like, what is the reason here? I also know So is good TV, so it just was weird. Because, mind you, Soa was one of the best things about Global Allstars. One of the best things about Global Allstars was Soa. Soa was one of the people that made it watchable. So, like, you got rid of, like, for me, a big dog as far as entertainment factor is concerned. Let me tell you what I want Soa to do, but they don't have to do it. Live their life, be happy, cabaret star and all that. Is there a French Big Brother? Is there a season? Do y'all have that out there in France? Any show where it's like a reality show where they got to sit in the house all day and we just get to hear them talk and just do whatever and all that kind of shit? I need her in some sort of situation where it's a bubble like that. Because we get the raw and the real from her. I need her in one of them situations now. I will watch that through and through. Can you imagine her in a Big Brother ceremony when they're like having to nominate people to be on the block? Can you imagine her in Diaries and Confessionals? Can you imagine when they're trying to talk game and be quiet? Okay, bitch. So let's go over here. I don't know. I'm happy for Soa, and I was sad that she left so early. To me, I was like, nah, I'm sorry, no way. Like, shouldn't have been them. But like an icon, they left iconically, and I'm a big fan of theirs, so love them down. I agree, Wildcard. I think they should have gave a little bit more time to the So. I do. That to me, that's one of the main selling points of the season was that girl, but also everybody else too. It's how the cookie crumbles, unfortunately. Unfortunately. But it is what it is. All right, everybody. That is the end of the review. As long-winded as that was. I appreciate y'all for tuning in today. I'm going to stay on for another 8 minutes. We're going to end this at 3:30 flat over here. 3:30. Why did I say that like that? 3:30 flat. Yeah, we'll stop at 3:30, but I appreciate y'all for tuning in and being here today. Tomorrow will be a panel. That's a Sunday show. I will be off Monday. There will be no videos Monday. I have an interview Monday. I have a job interview Monday. I will not be here Monday. One more time. There will be no videos Monday. There will be no reactions Monday. I will be at a job interview. It's in the morning. It's very early, and I need to make sure that I'm there. And and I like to give all of my energy to that. Matty finally did his 90-minute stream. First of all, I've done 90-minute videos before, It's not the first time I've done a 90-minute video. It's not the first time. Thank you, Big Teal. I appreciate it. Just this episode, when I finished it this morning, I was like, damn, I thought I was going to have something to like dive into a little bit. And I was like, this was my least favorite so far of the season, but it's still a good episode. I'm excited to watch the next one. I more than likely will be recording my reaction for that one tomorrow morning, everybody. So if you're on my Patreon, I will have Drag Race Brazil's girl groups episode. And then I was going to record Drag Race France, the most recent one. And then when I finally, after Monday, on Tuesday, I'm going to do a King of Drag Day because I have 3 episodes left. And those are short episodes. They're like 45, 47 minutes a pop. So Tuesday will be King of Drag Day. I will finally complete King of Drag. And on Wednesday, I'm going to do a video, a long-winded live video covering the last 3 episodes of King of Drag into the finale and who won. And then, like I said, for tomorrow, it will be episode 3 of Drag Race Brazil, which is the girl groups one. And then, is that France's? Wait, is the 4th episode also girl groups too? No fucking way. So the 3rd episode that I'm about to watch of Brazil is girl groups. And the 4th episode of Drag Race France Allstars is also girl groups. So Sunday morning is going to be a musical day for me. So Sunday morning is going to be the musical day of musical days, if you will. That should be fun. So if you're on my Patreon, get ready for that. I'm going to try not to compare because that's weird. Don't me not do that. But yeah. But outside of this video, y'all, and before I wrap this up into the 3:25 now, so a few more minutes, I hope y'all are doing well. I hope everyone's okay out there. I know there's a lot going on in the world and new changes and new things happening and a lot of stuff that's really not helpful and some things that may actually work for you. But I hope y'all are good. Personally, trust me. As a single father of 2, I wanted to check on that. I like Brazil, Ryla. I do. I think Brazil's a good show. I'm sticking to my guns and doing Patreon because people don't be tuning in, but I'm enjoying watching it. And I'm noticing a pattern online with people that don't like a particular girl in the show who really hasn't done anything wrong in my eyes. And I'm noticing a bit of something about that bothers me a little bit, but that's why I'm also not covering or reviewing it, because I know if I give that girl praise, I'm probably going to be attacked or whatever, because people were mad apparently about the most recent results from the 4th episode that I'll get to more than likely Tuesday or Monday night, because I'll be done with my interview and all that shit. I should be caught up next week with all the shows. Yes, I will be caught up next week. Yes, I will be. That was the goal anyways. I was trying to get caught up with everything. But yes. Oh, the Brazil girl groups is a mess. Oh, okay. I read that so wrong. I read that like a gamer. I read GG's like good game. I'm sorry, Ryla. I read that like good game. Stupid. Oh my god, I am truly a nerd. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Oh my god. Upside down, boy, turn me inside out. Oh, oh. Don't listen to me. I cannot. Okay. Got a weird message. Help, you can finally get some sleep, Maddie Munch. No. We are trying to pay bills right now, so there will be no traveling of any sorts. And I've come to the conclusion my friends don't want to visit me over here just because the times I have asked, it's sort of been like, oh, it's so far. Yet I'd be taking Uber, so I'm not gonna ask anymore because I just don't want I don't want that disappointment anymore, and I need to focus for the next couple of weeks. So I let them know. I was like, hey, if y'all do Munchkin with others or whatever the case may be, that's cool. I get it. I have to really grind right now and I have to focus. And so I can't be spending X amount of dollars weekly to go over there right now. And I really, really, really want to get another car. So I won't wait that long to go, but I'm going to have to make my trips more infrequent right now while I hustle and get my shit together and do what I got to do. You know what I mean? So, bitch, my arms are eating. You are kidding me right now. Look at the right one over here. What? Better. What's up? What's up? Let me go work out. Let me work out after this. I'm like, I haven't worked out today. So yes, let me go work out right after this video. Let me get this edited. Let me get this done. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But yeah, no gaming today. No gaming today. I'm going to still be at home, relax and all that good stuff. And, spend some time with the babies. Because we had to cut Mamu's nails yesterday and he's still a grumpy grump after that. But he needed them cut because he messed up one of his nails on his side from getting caught in the patio door, or what? Not the door itself, but the little screen door. He got his nail caught in it, so I had to cut it. It's fine. He didn't take a nerve or anything, but the nail jacked up on him, and he was trying to pretend like it wasn't an issue. I'm like, no, come here, and I had to cut it off for him, and he was being a little butt. But yeah. Remember your homework. Yes, please leave a like. Make sure you leave a comment on this video. Thank you so much for tuning in today and being a part of this equation and enjoying said review. It was a little bit all over the place. I didn't get a lot of sleep, so forgive me. I will say next time I do this, I'm going to be a little bit more on the money, if you will. I will have some rest with me. Okay. I didn't even drink coffee today, y'all. You should be proud of me. I was like, if I need to go to sleep, I want to be able to go. Because right now I can't, but we'll get there. Yeah, his nails are fine. We cut his nails. I mean me, cut his nails, but he is a grumpy grump when he gets them cut. Because no. It's like, yes. Mina, I can cut her nails, but you got to sort of like trick her. Not with food, but you got to trick her with some like other stuff. You know what I mean? You got to trick that girl. Just start to pet her and get her real nice. And then she'll turn over and do all that. And then I'm like, can you see your paw? Thank you, baby girl. And then I'll take out the clipper real quick. Like, oh, and I'll do that. Like as if they're a child at a doctor's office. And then she gets into it that way. Mamu, on the other hand, he'd be like, I don't want to. And I'm like, come on. It's like, no, come on, no. Mina, you just got to make it seem like we're doing something else and then start the other thing up and then it works out. So yeah, I wish I had another person here to do it so they could hold her or him down and just me. But it is what it is. All right. I'll see you tomorrow for the panel. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm actually feeling like I'm about to drift off. No shade. I really am. Monique, replay gang starting from the beginning. Love you, Mo. Enjoy the show. It was a little chaotic, babe. Please forgive me. I haven't had a lot of sleep, but it was fun. Make sure you check out this review. Make sure you check out my Project Runway reviews that are going to be each and every Friday on this channel, as well as other shows that I'm going to be covering. Don't forget, it is August, everybody. So guess what? 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, Slays Royale. There we go. Slays Royale. is next 2 weeks. We are about to get into Slash. Come on. I am so excited for Slash Royale. I am. It's gonna be fun. So I'm hyped for it. Yay. Just so much is gonna. I just have high hopes for that season. Outside of Cat's episode, I have high hopes, or any episode she's on. I have high hopes for that season. So yeah. But yes, okay, gotta go. Thank you again for all the love today. The tips were muy importante, and they definitely were helpful. So thank you to everybody that showed love today. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. Leave a comment, leave a like, talk about this episode. I know some people want to leave me other comments too. I'm not deleting those, but you're not really hitting me as hard as you think you are. You were. Not anymore. So yes, engagement. But yes, love y'all down. Kissy. Love you, Homogenic. I know you came in a little bit late. I'm sorry, my books, but catch the playback. I'll see you tomorrow. Same thing for Monique and everybody else. God bless. Love you down. Leave a like. Go to my comment section. If you want to find any of my social medias or anything like Patreon, all in the About section. If you did want to drop a tippy poo, the PayPal, the Cash App, the Venmo is also at the bottom. It's also in the description. Appreciate y'all so much. I'll see you for the next one. À tout à l'heure. I hope that means something, right? No. Bye, everybody.
Listen.
Yeah.